Hi, everyone. A quick recap of what you learned yesterday when you started your intro to conversions. These are the units that we are going to be working with on a regular basis. And just a recap of the method that we use to convert whenever you converted from a big unit to a small unit, from big to small, such as, for example, from feet to inches, from yards to feet, and so on and so forth. Every time you had to make a conversion from a big unit to a small unit, you multiplied by the conversion factor. The conversion factor being this number right here. Those numbers are called conversion factors. So for example, to convert from feet to inches, you multiply by 12. To convert from miles to feet, you multiply by 5,280, and so on and so forth. Now, when you converted from small units to big units, from small to big, such as converting from feet to miles, from inches to feet, from millimeters to centimeters. As long as you're going from small to big, you divide by the conversion factor. Again, the conversion factor being this number right here. We will do a couple of examples together today too to remind you of the approach. But what I do want to add on today to our toolbox of information is how to convert square units. Now, when it comes to square units, what we do is that we square the factor of conversion. So if I want to convert from square feet to square inches, my conversion factor is 12 squared, or 144. We multiply by 12 squared, or 144. When I want to convert from square yards to square feet, instead of multiplying by 3, I multiply by 3 squared, which is 9. When I want to convert from miles squared to feet squared, I multiply by 5280 squared. So the trick here is to remember to square your conversion factor if you're converting square units. These conversion factors are being squared every time we're converting square units. Let's do a couple of examples together. If I want to convert from inches to feet, from inches to feet, that's small to big. When we convert small to big, we divide by the conversion factor. So I need to divide by 12. And notice that these are not square units, so I don't square the 12. And if I divide by 12, I get 2.25. So 27 inches are equal to 2.25 feet. Now, to convert from yards to inches, what we need to do, first of all, we need to recognize that we're going from big to small. So we multiply. So when I go from big to small, I need to multiply. But I don't have a direct conversion from yards to inches. So what I need to do is convert to feet first. To do that, I need to multiply the yards by 3. That's going to turn them into feet. And then I can convert the feet into inches by multiplying by 12. And that will give me 576 inches. Okay, so 2 steps here. First step is to convert from yards to feet. And then second step is to convert from feet to inches. So from feet to inches. Okay, one more example. This time we're going to go from miles to yards. Again, this is a 2-step problem because first we go from miles to yards. So to go from miles to from miles to feet. To go from miles to feet, we multiply by 5280, and that's going to give me an answer in feet. Once I get that answer, I need to divide that answer by 3 to convert to yards. Because the first step, when I go from miles to feet, that's big to small. But then the second step, when I go from feet to yards, I'm going from small to big. So that gives me 8,800 yards. All right, one more examples, this time using square units. Using square units, I need to remember to square my conversion factor. So this time I'm converting from centimeters squared to meters squared, so that's small to big, which means I'm going to divide. Now, I know, according to my conversion factors, that there are 100 centimeters in a meter, so I'm using this conversion factor to convert because I have square units. Instead of dividing by 100, I need to be dividing by 100 squared. And that gives me an answer of 0.23 square meters.